So death certificates are one of those foundational documents for genealogy research. Oftentimes you cannot find them online. You actually have to go to the city hall or the town clerk to get a copy of it. And they contain information that's really key to connecting generations. So for this particular person, you can see it has the name of the father and also the mother. It has the cause of death and some other information about where they lived, 27 Bowery Street, race, sex, and then some particulars about when it was signed off on and the issuing office, which was Newport, Rhode Island. Okay, so keep this in mind. Not every death certificate will look like this. This one was actually typed from a handwritten record, I believe. I'm not sure because I couldn't see the original record, but when I asked for a certified copy, this is what they gave me. Now, it will vary from town to town and state to state, and let's see what I'm talking about. Here's a death certificate from Western New York, and you can see it's handwritten, but also it contains information that we did not see in the one from Rhode Island. Not only does it have the name of the father, it also has a space to list the birthplace of the father. In this case, that information was available. The information about the cause of death is more detailed, and there's other details here that I think are more helpful. And you may ask, well, why is this one different than the one from Newport? And the reason is, from town to town and state to state, they had different rules about what goes into a death certificate and what format should be there. The other important thing to keep in mind is the information here depends on who the informant was. So if the informant was a relative who knew a lot about the name of the father and their birthplace, you were good. If it was clear what the cause of death was and the doctor was able to write about that, that could be included. But sometimes that information was not available. I'll show you what I mean. So this is another death certificate from the same town as the last one. And while it has some great information about the occupation, glass factory worker, and also where they lived, it does not have other information. For the name of the father, it says unknown. Birthplace, it says unknown town, but it does list the country, and so on. Here's another one from Lockport, and they typed it up, probably because the handwritten one did not have much information, and you can see this is really sparse. Doesn't give an exact age. It says it has disease, but doesn't even have information about marital status, including widowed or married. Nothing about the father's name or the place of birth. So it really depends. And actually, if you find a death certificate like this and you think, oh man, now I have a brick wall, one thing you can do is you can actually look for the sibling of this person, because sometimes the siblings have more information because the reporting person knew more information about the father and their place of birth, etc.